Welcome back, and you've tuned into your stocks on CNBC-TV18. Now let's get started with all your stock-related queries for today, and we have with us Astha Jain of Securities as well as Somil Mehta of Mirae Asset Sharekhan to answer all your stock-related doubts. Astha as well as Somil, very good afternoon, and thank you so much as always for joining in with us. I'm going to get started with the queries for today. We have the first query coming in from Kamini Jain, who's writing to us from Pune. She's holding 200 shares of Piramal Pharma. This is at a price of 100 rupees per share. So she's made a good profit on this, wants to know the future prospects of her investment for Piramal Pharma. Astha, coming to you. Piramal Pharma, they reported their numbers as well. Steady quarter that came in from the company. Margin recovery was seen on a quarter-on-quarter basis specifically. Overall, what's your view for Piramal Pharma, given it does have that CDMO side as well, right?
Right. Hi, good afternoon to all of you. See, talking about this counter, yes, the results were good. And in fact, for the first time, they have clocked the revenue of $1 billion. In fact, what we have seen that management is very, very much optimistic for the FY 2030. I mean, they are giving the guidance to those levels where they are aspiring to achieve much higher revenues from here. In fact, what we have seen is multiple rise in their EBITDA as well. Talking about the CDMO business, I think that yes, CDMO business is doing good to them, and in fact, their net debt to EBITDA ratio has also shown good improvement. So overall, I find this pharmaceutical company to be a good investment to be remain in, and hence we are recommending hold on this counter. Price target which we are setting for this counter is 225 to 230, and these are very small and a short-term price targets. But in the longer or a medium term, we are giving the price target of around 250 to 260.
Okay, 250, 260 in the medium to long term is what one could watch out for here. Piramal Pharma on the chart, Somil, afternoon, and given that this has seen a correction, everyone is talking about how maybe this could be one of those players or CDMO side working out for them. Do you think it's a good bet right now and continue to hold this, or maybe look to add some more or book out profits?
I think at this point of time, the short-term bias remains negative. This stock very recently has taken resistance at 200 daily exponential moving average, also trading below 20 and 40 daily moving average. So I'm a little negative on the stock. I will be expecting this stock to go down till 180, 185 levels where there is multiple support zone. That will be a very good zone to buy this stock, not right now. In the medium term outlook, however, if you have the appetite to hold the stock, probably it will be a very good bet, and it may go up till 150, 160 levels. But at this point of time, in the very short term, 180 would be the level to watch out for, and that will be the level to buy.
Okay. Keep an eye out on those levels over there for Piramal Pharma. Let's move on to the next query for today. Ramesh Kapoor is writing to us from New Delhi. He's holding 100 shares of Titagarh Rail Systems. This is at a price of 1,000 rupees per share. He's asking if they should continue to stay invested in this one. Astha, your view coming in for Titagarh Rail? And some of these railway stocks do have very high valuations also. Right? Last 2 days, we've seen that bit of a correction coming in, but the run-up has been so high. So what's your view?
So now this is into the manufacturing of railway wagons, and it is holding 30% market share. So the kind of market share this company is holding and the kind of business they are into, definitely it commands a higher valuation. And that is what we are seeing in the prices also. However, we are still positive on this counter, and we are recommending a hold on this counter with a price target of around 1100 on the back of the strong orders that they are getting and on the back of the kind of industry tailwind which we are witnessing right now. So a hold is recommended from our side for this counter. Medium term target is 1100.
Okay, keep an eye out on those levels over there. Hold is the recommendation coming in on the fundamentals. On the technicals, Somil, your view for Titagarh Rail?
I totally agree with Astha. Positive on the stock in the short term, in the medium term outlook as well. High top, high bottom formation on the daily charts. The higher degree momentum indicators are on the buy side. So I'll be looking for a good target on the upside. On the upside, in the medium to long term outlook, 1370 would be my target. In the very short term, maybe around 1050 would be the target. And crucial supports around 800, 815. Those level would be very crucial on the downside. If it breaks on the downside below 815, 800 levels, then probably sharp sell-offs. But at the moment, positive.
Okay, at the moment, positive. Let's move on to the next query. Asian Paints. This is a stock that we have a query on. It's coming in from PC Achaya, who's writing to us from Bangalore. He's holding 60 shares of Asian Paints at a price of 2,900 rupees per share, making a loss on this one as of now. Wants to know the outlook on the stock going forward. Asian Paints, Astha, what's your view coming in? You know, it's been very, very subdued in terms of a trading move, earnings-wise as well, in the last year or so, maybe we could say. So what's your view now for Asian Paints?
So I think the entry of the new players are really, spooking the streets regarding this counter. And what we have seen is that a steep cut in the stock prices. Now, what we are seeing right now, yes, they have launched certain new products. In fact, they are revamping their whole strategy with the new packaging, etc. But still, we feel that the margin will remain a concern, and hence we are not very much optimistic on this counter as of now. But still, I would recommend a hold because I think that this counter has a potential to move till the levels of 2,500, 90, 2,600. So those are the levels where one can, take a call again. So right now, my recommendation here is to hold this counter with a price target of 2,550 to 2,590.
Okay, keep an eye out on those levels over there. But on the technical front, your view coming in for Asian Paints, Somil. Last 1 year, not done anything, right? Instead, it's a decline of 19%. So now, should the viewer continue to hold the stock or maybe just book out their losses?
I think the correction which we've seen in the last few years actually has been sharp from the highs of 3,600 to the lows of 2,100. I think almost 40% retracement is already done in the on the long-term charts, on the monthly charts, or the weekly charts. 2,100, 2,200 would be a very good buying zone. That's what I think, and it'll be a support zone as well, very crucial support zone. I'll be expecting a good retracement till the buying levels of 2,900. That's where the target would be for a medium-term outlook. But I'm not expecting too much from the stock. Just a bounce till 28, 2,900 levels. Nothing for a very long term for an investor, and that's where you can probably exit.
Okay, keep an eye out on those levels over there for Asian Paints. Let's move on to the next query. This is from SP Rao, who's writing to us from Hyderabad. It's an investment query. Wants to know if it's the right time to invest in Inox India. Astha, you know, I've actually seen this name pop up almost every second day. Inox India, what's the view? And, you know, a lot of viewers are asking about this.
So view is quite positive. In fact, we have recommended this counter a few days back to our clients as well. And we are giving the price target of around 1,350. So yes, we are optimistic. It is one of the leading manufacturer of cryogenic equipment. It is getting very, very strong orders. And I think the kind of market share they are having, definitely it is signaling towards more upside and strong financial performance from here. So yes, this counter is on our radar. And in fact, we are giving a buy recommendation on this counter. So same, I'm repeating here, buy as well as hold. Both are the strategies which one can apply to this counter with a price target of 1,350 at the initial levels.
Okay. And Inox India on the charts and technicals, is it an attractive time to enter this one as well, Somil?
Definitely a good time to buy the stock for a medium-term outlook, not in the short term. Short term, we may see a sideways movement, but if you see it has been holding on to all the averages, trading above 200 daily exponential moving average, a high top, high bottom formation. I think the next target for this stock would be 1,250, and above that, 1,330 would be the targets. If you see Inox Green, Inox Wind, all of them are doing great. So I think Inox India itself would do great in the medium-term outlook.
Okay, keeping an eye out on that. Let's move on to the next one, and this is coming in on a fairly recently listed company, that is Sagility. Now, Rajan Iyer is writing to us from Mumbai. He's holding 10,000 shares of Sagility. This is at a price of 37 rupees per share. He says that he can hold this to a time period of almost 3 years. Wants to know the outlook for Sagility. Astha, have you reviewed this one? What's your view coming in for Sagility?
Yes, because we are really, tracking all the IPOs. So we have given a subscribe rating to this IPO as well when it has came. And now we are still optimistic on this counter. First of all, would like to recommend the price target, which is somewhere around 48 to 50 zone. And now this counter, I mean, the fundamental seems to be very strong. Why? Because what we have seen in the financial performance, all the main line of items in the financial statement, that is top line, bottom line, operating profit, all have grown with a growth rate of more than 20-30%. Apart from that, they have recently acquired Broadpath, and that will really help the company in showing very strong performance going ahead. So, and they are getting good traction despite the fact that we are seeing that because their main business is towards the US healthcare industry, and despite such economic uncertainties, they have able to show such kind of strong growth. So definitely it is a very strong counter to remain invested in, recommending it as a whole as well as buy with a price target of 48 to 50 at the initial levels.
Okay. Somil, your view, do you have anything? I know there's not much in terms of a chart, but is there anything that you've looked here?
Not much data here, but it has broken out of a small triangle pattern on the upside. So in the short term, definitely positive. In the medium term outlook, also positive. I'll give you a stop loss, very strict stop loss at 37, and I'll be expecting new highs for this stock. So the view is positive.
Okay, view is positive, but maintain that stop loss that Somil has mentioned as well, 37. So keep an eye out on that. Let's move on to the next query for today. This is coming in from Varghese Oman, who's writing to us from Kerala, holding 300 shares of Nalco. It's at a price of 150 rupees per share. Currently, the stock is at 181. He wants to know if it's the right time to buy more shares of Nalco. Astha, your view.
So I think the results they are set to announce today. The company is set to announce its result today itself. So it's better to wait for the results. Meanwhile, what we think that this time, what we can see in the quarterly result, there can be a 7 or 8% rise in the revenue, but we feel that the profitability will be, will not be that good from the profitability point of view. And this is, I'm talking about the Q4 figures, because what we have seen that the contribution from the alumina segment will be lower on the back of the lower prices. But overall, I believe that if results come on the expected lines or ahead of that, then definitely this counter has a potential to move above 200 level. So right now, just remain invested in. Initial price target which we are giving to this counter is 200. However, this is subject to change post the result analysis.
Okay. And Nalco, your view on the technicals as well. What is it, Somil?
I think we should wait for a close above the 200 daily exponential moving average. It's been taking resistance at this average for a little while now. So any close above 193 would be a great time to buy the stock. Metals are anyways doing great. So 193 would be a good entry point, and the targets in the medium term outlook would be 220 levels.
Okay, keep an eye out on those levels for Nalco. Let's move on, talk about Tata Motors. Prashant Kumar is writing to us from Bangalore. He's holding 85 shares of Tata Motors. Price is 955 rupees per share. So currently the stock is trading much below his buy price. Wants to know if it's a good time to actually average at current levels. Tata Motors, we had the numbers also come in, Astha a while ago. So what are you watching out for now from Tata Motors?
So I think that averaging is recommended, but not at the current level. Maybe some more dip can come, and why we are expecting some sort of dips to arrive in this counter, because what we believe that still there are uncertainties, and in fact, in their JLR business we have seen that the shipments were not there. So I think the Q1 of FY26 there will be hit on the volume front, and if that is the case, then definitely the numbers will be muted. So on that basis, I believe that this stock can move more downside from here, and there the averaging can be done not at the present level. However, we are keeping the price target of 800 in the medium to long term. So yes, one can average this counter, but I think at the lower prices.
Okay, that's a view coming in on Tata Motors. But on that note, we are absolutely out of time on today's edition of Your Stock. So thank you so much, Somil, as well as Astha, for joining in with us and helping our viewers solve all their stock-related queries. And viewers, thank you so much for sending us your queries. We'll wind down this edition of Your Stocks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Up next, your closing bell.